You guys have a lot of different stuff going on in this piece, so we're going to break this down into some smaller chunks, okay? As usual, you guys need to have very big sound here to balance out the rest of the orchestra, especially since you guys have the melody just as much as the cellos do. You, in fact, double the cellos, okay? Let's look at the first chunk. This is going to be from measure 1 until the end of measure 28. This is pretty much where most of your melody happens, okay? Make sure that you are following the crescendos and diminuendos. As you have eighth notes, you're going to want more sound, okay? And make sure you're dying away at the end of your phrase. Don't just stay loud forever, okay? Starting at the beginning. 1, 2, ready, go. Rest, 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 rest. The piano. Then forte. Rest, rest, lift set. Rest, rest. That's your first chunk. Then we're going to move into your half notes. Now you will notice you guys actually do have double stops. I know it's very rare for the basses in the music that we've had so far, but here we do want you to actually do those double stops. All it is, it's going to be your first finger on the red tape on your G string, that A, and you're going to play at the same time as your open D, okay? And if you balance your bow right in between those two strings, you should be able to hear those two notes ring really nicely together, okay? This is piano, but remember, it's a piano for the basses that have to balance out everyone else. So not too soft here. We definitely need to hear you, okay? This is from 29 until the end of 36. 1, 2, ready, go. Complicated. Just keep that first finger right on the tape, keep that doorknob turned towards your toes, that way your pinky's staying over and you're getting a nice pressure all the way down to the fingerboard with that. Alright, now, starting at 37 until 45, you have a playful conversation going back and forth between different sections, okay? You start with the violins, and that's during your two measures, rest at 37 and 38, and then when you get to 39 and 40, you guys answer them. Now notice here, no longer are your quarter notes short and staccato. There's no dot on them. So you're going to make sure they're accented and nice and smooth, okay? This is what I mean, okay? Nice and long there, okay? Here we go, start with me. This is 37, we're going to count our rests, okay? 1, 2, ready, go. Rest, 2, rest, 2. Rest, 2, rest, 2. Okay? Now, at 45, square 45, this is where we have the offbeat, okay? This is our boom chucks, and this time you guys are the chuck in this song. And you guys are the only people that play that chuck. So even though it says piano, completely disregard it. I want you guys to play it absolutely forte, okay? We definitely need to hear it. And when I conduct it, I will point at you and help you know right exactly where this fits in, okay? If you think you're rest, then where you place your note will be a lot easier. Here we go, 45. 1, 2, ready, go, rest. Rest, 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 rest. Okay, now that last note of 68, remember it has that plus sign over it. And what that means, you're going to use your fourth finger of your left hand to pluck the note. So all you're going to do is you're going to curve it up like a rainbow and pluck it. Remember, the reason why we're using a fourth finger pluck on that note is so that you have time to get this plucking hand around and switch back to your bow hold, because you don't have a rest between your last note of 68 and your first note of 69 played with the bow. Okay? So that measure, 68, would look like right hand pluck D, left hand pluck D, and then right hand bow, have. Okay, this might take some coordination of practicing just that transition, but it'll totally be worth it in the end if you just isolate it just like that. All right, so for that, let's start right there on 68 so we can practice that transition. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Be very careful with learning the notes of the melody because you are not simply harmony here. You guys really contribute an important part to the melody with the cello section. So take the time to very carefully learn your notes and make sure that you are really in tune with those 4th finger F sharps, keeping that gap between your 1st finger and then 2, 3, 4. Okay, that way you're making sure that that white tape is in tune. In fact, what I do, I find my pinky on F sharp